Wrestling fans, we're 1 week away from the biggest event to hit Jackson, Tennessee in 2023. I'm talking about Pkaw bringing the KAW Wrestle Reunion Tour to the Slide and Ride Rodeo Arena right there in Jackson, Tennessee, October the 26th. Let me tell you something, bell time's 8 p.m. Get you a cold one, sit back and enjoy the most extreme wrestling action you're ever going to see right here in Jackson, Tennessee, October the 26th, Slide and Ride Rodeo. Be there.
All right, guys, you just seen it right there. Not a week, it's 2 days away. 2 fucking days. This is Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, Thursday is the fucking day. We're here live with the PKAW crew. It's Buster Unmasked. It's a pop-up event, and as you can see it right there, it's the final fucking stop before Thursday night. And guys, we got a killer fucking show, dudes. We got Alcoholic going to be on here in just a few seconds. And later on, we got Is He High, man. And we're going to find out tonight. Is he high? Johnny Morton.
Good afternoon.
What's
good
up,
evening.
guys?
Hello, hello. Final stop is here. Like you said, 2 days away. Guys, my friends are here. I got fucking chill bumps. Biggest event to hit Jackson, Tennessee in 2023. If they're watching today, buddy, right here on the fucking Buster Unmasked, let me tell you something. They in for a treat. Fucking come Thursday night.
It's gonna be a hell of a show.
Are they ready for kick-ass wrestling?
I hope they are. I wish we went out and got video a while ago, but dude, I got a truck full of weapons. I mean, crutches, kendo sticks, tables, doors. They're literally probably everything but a kitchen sink.
Look, are they ready for pure kick-ass wrestling?
Yeah. Well, if they not, they're at the right place to get on the saddle and buckle up, because it's going to be a hell of a ride.
Well, look, guys, he's down in the studio waiting right now. When you talk about kick-ass wrestling, this guy is a KAW original. He is the only referee with the highest bar tab in the history of pro wrestling. If you don't believe me, just ask Terry Golden, none other than the man himself, Alcoholic. What's up,
What's up, man?
Hey,
What's up?
Brother,
Man, I am so excited that Johnny Morton got a hold of me and we're going to do this thing, man. I've been looking forward for this for 20 plus years, damn it, 20 plus years to come back to the KAW.
Did you ever think it would happen, dude?
I never thought it would happen, man. I've had conversations with Golden and other people about doing it, but I'm glad somebody finally took it and took the ball and ran with it. Yes, it's about damn time, don't you think?
Yes, sir.
20 years.
Way too long. 100%. But let me say this, man, real fast. Alky, I couldn't have done it by myself, man. I mean, you know, I had tremendous help putting this thing together. You know, and me being a part of the PKAW, which is, you know, like I told the story last time we was on here, man. When we went and talked to Terry, we didn't even really expect to come out with a KAW stamp. I just went to get his blessing so we didn't get ridiculed on the outside when we went public with PKAW. And he said, hey, man, he said, his exact words were, he said, you put a KAW stamp on it, do 3 shows.
Absolutely. Terry, believe it or not, I watched the podcast that Buster had on with Terry and David Jett. Terry loved the KAW, man. I traveled a lot of miles with Terry in his car. And I promise you one thing, he loved the KAW.
You're right.
I think we all love KAW, man. Not just us.
Well, nothing else like it.
Man, the fans. It's hard to believe because really, how long did KAW last? Truthfully, 2.5, 3 years at the most.
Yeah.
3 years, 97 to 2000, give or take.
Listen, man, I still go places and people holler Alcoholic. And my buddies, believe it or not, my buddies goes, are you ever going to lose that moniker, man? Everywhere you go, somebody recognizes Alcoholic. And it's hard to believe because, you know, I'm aged about 70 years and lost all the hair and shit, you know. But, I mean, it's crazy.
Hey,
it's crazy.
Real fast,
Yeah,
I'll just say this for shoot. The other night in Memphis, I was walking down the corridor. When I hollered, Alky!
Absolutely. True story. I want to tell you real quick. We went to the Memphis. You know, everybody knows I'm a big Memphis Tiger football fan, and I go to they used to have a game for the fair every year, all right? And so I had my knee replaced, and one of my softball buddies had to push me around in a damn wheelchair. And this is like 3 years probably after the KAW. And so he shoved me around the fair, and he said, the first son bitch that hollers alcoholic, I'm letting you go. So we get in line, and we ain't gone 2 feet, and some dude goes, Alky! And my buddy, he just shoved me out of the way and took off, man.
All right, Alky, real talk.
All right.
Through the years of being an alcoholic referee for KAW, how many fucking beers do you think you went through?
Oh my God, man! I used to stop and get a 6-pack of Budweiser almost every single show, and I promise you, at least 5 of those were drink every night. So how many shows I went to, that's how many I drank. And I'm really not, believe it or not, don't tell nobody, I'm really not a heavy drinker. You know, I do got some Reef rum here. If y'all ever want to try some rum, Reef rum. Remember that. Remember that name. It's damn good. Okay, one of my sponsors, by the way. So I want to throw that in.
Well, yeah.
Look, Alky, we're here to talk about KAW. We got plenty of time tonight, but like you said, it's been 20 years. Tell these people what you're doing now, man. I know you ain't in the pro wrestling. Well, you're fixing to be back in it, but you kind of transcended over to another sport, man. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on, dude.
Well, I tell you what, I've always been a decent athlete. I'm not going to say I'm great at anything. And I got into this sport now that's called cornhole. I know guys know what it is. They got the board. Looks like beanbag toss is what it is. Well, it's become a very, very serious sport, all right? And so I play for an organization called the American Cornhole Organization, and I travel around to big tournaments all over. Matter of fact, I just got back from Panama City Beach yesterday. I was there all weekend, and I travel around all over, and they were looking for an announcer for their streaming. And the dude that runs it used to be a real popular Cincinnati DJ. His name is Finn, and he found out I was into wrestling at one time, and so he hit me up and said, "Want to try this out?" I said, "Okay." So guess what? Now I'm traveling around doing broadcasts and getting paid to play cornhole all over the country, man.
Damn. So let's get this straight, man. You went from being a professional wrestler, professional referee to now a professional cornhole announcer, dude.
You got it right, man. Now, I tell you what, now I did some announcing, for some wrestling companies after the KAW, around the Mid-South. I worked for the IWF down in Tupelo. Leslie Jones ran down there. I did some refereeing back then. And then I don't know if you guys, Johnny, did you work on the DCW wrestling show at all?
Dwayne, yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne, yeah. And I was able to work with the Rocker and Hollywood Jimmy to write some of those shows and do the announcing for them. And I had a blast doing it. And that show was really good until, let's just say, some money ran away, and that was the end of it. But, man, we had some damn good shows going on, man. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, good crowds, 200 or 300 people in Tupelo. That's unheard
of. Oh, hell yeah.
So,
but I did all that. So I stayed in the business for a long time. It's been a while. And Rodney Grimes, I did some ring announcing for Rodney over. He ran shows in Corinth and places like that, and some TV for him. So I stayed in the business a little bit.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Say this thing takes off. Say PKAW takes off like a fucking rocket. Are you back in wrestling?
Let me tell you something. I will work a mic for anybody. How about that?
There you go.
I hear you. Well, look, guys.
I can't physically get in the ring anymore. I tell you, my knees will not let me bounce up and down in that ring like I used to. I can tell you that.
Right. Yeah, you ain't the only one, dude. Look, guys, I see our second guest for the night's in the studio, but look, most people around here know this dude is Izzy High, but they don't realize that this guy had already made a name for himself in the wrestling business.
Oh, hell yeah.
As the American kickboxer. So I got some footage here of a couple of guys. Everybody knows Necro Butcher and Drake Younger. And these guys are going to be talking about this guy we're fixing to bring on. That way, maybe we can smarten some of the people watching up just to where this dude is in the pro wrestling business and what people really think about him. This dude had had a hell of a career before he became Izzy High. So let's take a look at this footage, guys. Hey, this is courtesy of Smart Mark, as you can see it there.
That day.
I remember that day clearly because it's you and Kickboxer. It's like, gotta take it easy on me. My back's killing me.
I thought Frank was Spider-Nate Webb. I never saw American Kickboxer without his mask.
Oh.
And I was supposed to dress as Spider-Nate Webb. And he was just some, back then he was
Pondo's.
Some goof from the midget show.
Yeah.
So I was like, so this is my first chance. I'm finally in King of Death matches. I'm wrestling Spider-Nate Webb. Now, this guy didn't come up to me and say, hey, I'm American Kickboxer.
Oh, sure.
He said, hey, my name's Frank.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, Frank, we'll do it. Okay, I thought he was Spider-Nate Webb. So I, went to town on him.
Oh, beat the fuck out of him.
But, I thought he was Spider-Nate Webb. That's no defense. That's no defense at all, but that's the best I got.
But from that, you guys became
great friends, man.
Very good friends.
Hang out not anymore. He lives in Detroit. I don't see him as much, but I've lived with him on and off, for months at a time sometimes when I'll find myself in a bad place in life and need some helping hand, save some friends. He's always opened his door for me. Him and his wife, Linda, both.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people maybe only get to see Kickboxer on tapes now. They're like that 99, 2000, you know what I mean?
Well, there wasn't smaller guys on shows before him and Derek came around.
Right.
And they were in the Midwest, and they didn't really get a lot of exposure. Some of the guys there in the East Coast did. But, they wrestled each other like every night for like 5 or 6 years. And the fact of the matter is there wasn't no wrestlers under 200 pounds on independent shows back then. There wasn't. And now there is, and I think a lot of these guys owe him and Derek that, and they don't even know who the fuck they are.
Exactly. And he's done a great job training some of the newer guys like Drake and
Dustin, Scotty Vortex, Apollo Star, a lot of guys from Indianapolis. Now he's working with some guys in Detroit. I got a kid named Hybrid. That's pretty good. He's working with some. He can't get away from wrestling. Even if he's not wrestling, he's fine. Somehow these young kids are always attracted to him. So if young kids want to learn something, and especially if you're under 200 pounds, that's who you got to get with. You got to get with Kickboxer, man. You got to.
How did you get hooked up with Kickboxer?
There's a promotion in Indianapolis called Insanity Pro Wrestling, and in March of 2002, they were going to start up a wrestling school, and they brought in an American Kickboxer to be their head trainer for the school. And I'd always been a Kickboxer fan from his stuff in IWA Mid-South because me and my buddies we used to drive down to Charlestown for IWA Mid-South shows. Matter of fact, if you watch some of the old tapes from 01, like you'll see us in the crowd. But so yeah, we was a Kickboxer fan. I loved his style and whatnot. So we was very excited to get the opportunity to learn from a man of his degree. I mean, Kickboxer was awesome, and he taught us. He gave us a very good education early on. He let us know the real and that this business can be shady and there's sharks out there to get you. And he took us on the road with him. And took me all across the country at 17 years old. You know what I mean? And he was very real. He's like, it's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be glamorous, but you're gonna learn from a lot of guys, and you're gonna work with some good talent. You'll get some good experience. You know what I mean? And he was right. It was a lot of fun, and I love Kickboxer, and I owe him everything that's come from me in wrestling. It's because of Kickboxer.
All right, guys, you seen it right there. Like I said, this dude here had already made a hell of a name for himself long before he became Izzy High. And without any further ado, man, the one and only American Kickboxer, or better known to us, Izzy High. Izzy.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up, bro?
I want to give him a standing ovation, man.
Man, I love you, Alfie. It's so good to see you. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we see you good, man. We can hear you good. Man,
Awesome. Welcome to Detroit.
there you go, man. Welcome to Tennessee and Arkansas, and I don't know where the fuck.
Mississippi, baby, Mississippi.
There you go, dude.
Man, let me tell you the memories I have. Hold on real quick, man. The memories I have with that man sitting in that chair right there, alcoholic, I can't tell you enough, man. I used to high five him every time I walked in the ring, man. The love I have for that guy, man, I can't explain it. There's so many times that, man, I've been down on the road and just beat. I could come to the ring. Alki give me a smile. I give him a high five. I ain't got nothing but love for that man right there.
Man, the feeling is mutual, my friend. The feeling is definitely mutual. I always love being in the ring with all you guys, man. Every one of you guys, believe it or not. It just made it was fun. I made it to where I wanted to have fun. Because if I'm not having fun, I'm not doing that shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I want to say something real quick. I want you to get back to kickboxing, but our locker room at the KEW was a fucking locker room, dude. It was fun. Everybody was happy, and they all enjoyed what they were doing. And believe it or not, I have been to a locker room where it looked like somebody died in that son of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Terry Golden, on the road with Terry Golden one night to Nashville, and I went in the locker room and I swear to God, I looked around and I said, what the fuck's wrong with all these people? I ain't shitting, man. That's true story. In that locker room, and that Izzy High, Johnny Morton, Rocker, Buster, everybody.
Well, look, Izzy, man. Hey, there was some dudes, as everybody in the business knows, really highly revered dudes, man. They had a lot of good things to say about you, man, especially your training, dude. I've kind of been doing a little research, and I didn't realize that you had trained as many guys as you have that have gone as many different places as they have, dude. Tell us a little bit about you, about Izzy High, the trainer, man.
Well, before I ever got into wrestling, I was a martial arts instructor as well as a kickboxer. I've had legitimately over 156 underground kickboxing fights. In teaching martial arts, it gave me a different approach in the way that I teach wrestling. As I said, I started teaching at the age of 14 in a martial arts studio. You have to pardon my teeth. I'm getting used to these and the speech. I have a bit of a speech impediment here. But after being taken by some con artists when I tried to get into wrestling business, I took it very personal when I was asked to train people because I never wanted anybody to feel like that they had been taken or taken advantage of. I wanted them to always feel over prepared, if that makes sense. And so I was around when the developmental system was created. My first trainer, my true trainer, Les Thatcher, and Heartland Wrestling was the first developmental program. And then I was also involved with Ohio Valley Wrestling. And then you've seen what happened with Memphis. I didn't stick around long enough for that. But anyways, I've had students now that work all around the world, Japan, Mexico, the WWE, AEW. So I take a great pride in the ability to train guys and the legacy that I've left behind with that. I just got back from New Mexico last week, where the wrestling promotion that I had started in 2005, Best Wrestling, which stands for Blood, Emotion, Sweat, and Tears. I always thought it'd be cool if somebody asked what show you're going to, and you always said the best. So, yeah. So my promotion is called The Best, and we just had our show in New Mexico last week, and a week before last, excuse me.
I've seen some of those pictures. You see that?
So,
Well, look,
yeah, man, we do that once a year. Yeah, we do that once a year in the town of Mountain Air, New Mexico, and we offer that for free. And man who does American Kickboxer 2 now, because I can't wrestle anymore. I deal with a seizure condition, and I was honored that somebody wanted to continue my gimmick, and
continue the legacy of the Rage Dojo. So, we have a dojo out in Mountain Air, New Mexico, and Brandon Overholzer actually continues on the name American Kickboxer. It's American Kickboxer.
Well, look, Izzy. As you can see, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here. It's the KAW reunion tour. It's the final stop before the big show this Thursday night. Let me ask you something. Why don't you tell us how you got involved with kick-ass wrestling back in the day?
So you can
Bull
say
Pain.
Bull Pain. Here we go.
Bull Pain, baby.
Yeah, Bull Pain.
Bull Pain. Brew me.
Yeah. Believe it or not, Bull Pain, the first time that he had seen me in a dressing room, I thought him and I were going to get into a fist fight. He looked at the promoter and said, "What the fuck? What is this shit?" And I grew up in institutions and things like that, and I'm thinking, "Oh fuck, man, I'm getting ready to have to fight this big motherfucker," you know. But he watched me actually work, and after the match, I was coming down the hallway, and I thought, "Oh shit, here we go, man! I'm getting ready to have to fight this motherfucker now." And he said to me, "Hey man, listen, I'm a fucking asshole. You stick by your phone, and you're gonna have more work than you're gonna know what to do with." And after that, I went on. I actually lived with Bull for a while, and then when KAW opened up, he wanted me to come down and help with the writing of the television and putting together angles for the cruiserweights and whatnot. And very fortunate enough, a really, really talented hand down there by the name of Chris Rocker that I had to work with, you guys. Chris was one of the few guys that actually I could just get in the ring with, lock up with, and we could go. Very talented guy. Todd Morton as well. The matches with Todd were just amazing. So,
Izzy,
welcome to Medicinal Michigan, you guys. So, pardon me.
Do you remember the night that we took the suplex? You give me the suplex off the top through all the chairs. I don't remember whether it was KW or Motley, but that was my first time ever going through a bunch of chairs, and you're the one that did it to me. I will never forget it.
Scarred him for life.
Yeah, and I took care of you, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Scarred him for life. The one thing that I took a great deal of pride in, and this art form, is I could count on one hand how many guys ever truly got hurt in the ring with me, and I still kept the people's attention. You know what I mean?
Right.
The guys who got hurt in the ring with me, they might have had it coming, but I never truly, besides a few, ever went out in the ring to ever hurt anybody, really and truly. Because if you give me your arm and I fucking break it, that doesn't make me a tough guy. That makes me a fucking asshole.
Right.
Now, if you tell me straight up that this is a shoot, get your best fucking hold, and then I get you, then that's a whole different story. But I'm a professional, and I've been at this since 1990. And as I said, very blessed to have been able to live just about every dream I've ever had through the wrestling business. Mm-hmm. And kick-ass wrestling was such an important part of it because really and truly, I didn't have to kiss anybody's ass. Right. I didn't have to suck up to nobody. I didn't have to compromise who the fuck I am. This is who the fuck I am, man. And guess what, guys? I've been this guy my whole fucking life. I'm a gypsy. And I'm a damn proud gypsy. It says it right fucking here, gypsy. Fucking A right, man. And I earned that shirt. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And So many times we hear guys get down on the wrestling business and they blame the business for their bad fucking choices, and that's
Right.
such bullshit. And I don't do that, and I won't have it around me. Nowhere in a contract that say you had to do cocaine and fuck hookers all night. You know, and that's the reality.
Well, look, man, it's 20 years later, man. So, what do you think about this PKAW crew?
24 years later for me.
24 years later, dude. What's your thoughts on these guys reviving the KAW image and stuff and revamping it, man? Give us your thoughts on that, man.
Well, if I can speak for maybe even Alki myself, excuse me. What a blessing, man. What a blessing that we had left a mark that people still to this day, are talking about. And to be remembered in that esteem and to be remembered in that light, man, I could never dream of that. I mean, in Dayton, Ohio, where I grew up, we caught Memphis television at 12 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday afternoons. And I used to sit in the East Dayton Boys Club, in the library of the Boys Club. I'd beg them to turn Memphis Wrestling on so I could watch it, because I watched Georgia Championship Wrestling, Memphis Wrestling, and the first was the Big Time Wrestling out of Detroit. That's what I grew up on. So to be able to say that I wrestled and was featured in two of the markets that I grew up watching, holy shit, man. And
cool.
I didn't have to fucking kiss anybody's ass. And please, I mean, I'm sitting here smoking a fucking joint because I've lived long enough to watch it evolve. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I've been to jail twice for marijuana in my lifetime. As Izzy High, I live the motherfucking gimmick. This is who the fuck I am. Okay.
Well, since we're on the weed topic, November 5th, dude, me and you, we're gonna chop it up on Wrestling with Weed. It's a Sunday night. It'll be at 7 o'clock, man.
Yeah.
We got some real cool stuff. We're gonna.
If I could
go ahead, Izzy.
No, I was going to say, make sure to check out the Flower Bowl. That's a dispensary up here. Wonderful prices. I'm on Lemon Haze is what I'm smoking right now.
Lemon Haze.
I'm not a paid spokesperson, but I should be.
Right.
See, I don't drink any alcohol, so we've got.
He got the alcohol.
Yeah, please, everybody, fire it up. No, see, that's where the balance is. You see,
Be some close.
Hey, is that one of yours?
I can't drink a drop. So yeah. See that? Go ahead, Alki. Put it over. That's what I'm talking about. I put over the Flower Bowl. He puts over. That's where the perfect balance. If you're really wanting to get down on a weekend, right, Alki?
Reef run, baby.
What is that? What is that?
No, y'all don't want to see Big Buster drunk. You don't want to see Big Buster drunk. We'll all be rolling. We'll all be rolling around in a parking lot some fucking where, dude. I promise you that.
I tell you what, Buster, I don't want to see you with a beer can because you stiffed me in Oxford, Mississippi, and cut my face wide open right through there, man. And I will never forget it, man.
One fucking time, man. One fucking time.
I let you use a gimmick on me one time and you cut me open, man. Come on.
Dude, you're going to have to get over it, man.
I can almost remember the damn date. You know
it was a Wednesday and it was in Oxford, wasn't it?
Oxford, Mississippi, baby. It's that little bar down in Oxford. I rode right by it the other night, actually.
We had some good shows there, man.
Yep.
That was later on.
I never stiffed him.
That was after KAW. That was Memphis Championship Wrestling stuff. You and Bull and Todd were still doing the KAW crew gimmick. You know, look, we're talking about KAW. This big show.
Drug money.
He owes beer tabs. I know that fucking.
No, hell no. I always took care of my stuff. Now, come on. Or Terry did.
Look, every time Golden went to pay me, he told me, "Look, man, it would be more, but I had to pay Alky's bar tab."
That's
for
perfect.
For fucking years.
You deserve it after that shit you did to me, man. Come on.
Dang, man. That was just a little.
He said, "Take your 2 hot dogs and handshake."
Hey, I only got stiffed a couple times, and you were one of them. And you were talking about was it IWA up there in Indianapolis? Is that what you're talking about? Was that maybe the guy that was talking about you was talking about the IWA up in Indianapolis, Necro Butcher?
I done IWA as well as Insanity.
I went up there. Listen to this, too, with Bull Payne, and I was up visiting Bull on
that was a King of the
night,
Death match.
And we did a show, and he was working Axel Rotten, all right? And the other guy that went by the name of Rotten was not even supposed to be out there, and he came out there in the middle of the match and clipped me, okay? And that's when I had to have my knee replaced. Fuck my knee up. But here's the truth. So Bull calls me up the next week after the match. He said, "Don't worry about it, Alky. I got that motherfucker back for you. I got him back for you."
Who's probably watching this podcast? It was Bull. He did it on purpose.
Yep.
Well, look,
what a great guy.
Yeah. See, and Necro, the same thing as Necro told that story. He didn't tell the rest of it. Was the next week.
Oh, I have too.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
yeah,
Mic check. Mic check.
1, 2.
Does he know to try to come back in?
I don't know.
It depends on how much. It depends on how much he's had there.
Let me try putting him back in.
There he is, right there.
You back with us?
Okay.
All right.
I believe I am. This thing goes on and off, man. Believe it or not, guys, and this is a funny story. I didn't own a phone until like last year. Okay. So I'm doing this with a phone. Well, I'll explain why, man. I do stand-up comedy and music. I've been doing stand-up comedy and music for about 13 years now. And I was getting ready to go on stage in New Jersey. And my ex-wife calls me on this phone. And she's going off at me about a bunch of shit that I can't take care of from motherfucking New Jersey. I'm getting ready to go on fucking stage, you know? So, remember that pond that was behind Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
Had a pond behind it, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The bar?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the bar in New Jersey had a pond just like it. And I looked at that phone and I looked at that pond and I remembered I used to be able to skip a rock pretty well when I was a kid.
Oh, shit.
And I wondered how many skips I could get out of this fucking phone. I ended up getting 3 out of it before it sunk to the bottom, and I didn't keep a phone until just a couple of years ago. Yeah, she said I held out until I was the last person on earth not to have a phone. So
that's about right, dude, man. You see all this shit in other countries, and
so
people don't have all kind of other shit, but they got a phone.
You doggone right. Even kids come out of the womb with them now, man. What are you talking about?
Man. It blows me away, dude.
The thing for me.
Yeah, I have a brand new iPhone and be like, "Can I get a cigarette?"
Love it.
Well, the thing for me is I don't. Yeah, right. I don't like being on call for anybody, man. I like speaking to people at my convenience.
Right.
So that's the more important thing for me. I enjoy when I'm not on stage, when I'm not performing. I value my time and I value my energy.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, I envy that. I
weird.
ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I envy that.
You probably that clears a clear brain for sanity too, man. Sometimes the phone rings and rings and rings and don't never fucking quit ringing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll turn my phone off.
Well,
if my fucking old lady's home and my kids are home.
Right. And a lot of times we get caught up.
Hey, is he? You still friends with Dr.
And a
Bud
lot of
too? I
times
know.
we get caught up in so much shit that we can't do nothing about anyways.
Yes, sir. I am too, Alki, and I see
Yes, sir. I talked to Dr. Bud on the phone just the other week.
Yeah, I talked to him about being on this show, but he never
Yeah,
got. Well,
I talked
he
to him
told me
just the other week on the phone.
he had to work during this time, but he said he would check and see if he could get off or whatever. But I never heard nothing back, and I didn't want to bug him or nothing. But maybe we get him on, maybe sometime during the next row of this shit, the next
Right.
wave, dude.
Yeah, because this ain't the end. This definitely ain't the end.
Well, look, while we kind of got a break right here, let's play one of these KAW trailers.
Yeah, you guys got to understand, Dr. Bud. Let me give a real quick before you start that trailer. Dr. Bud is such an awesome father, you guys. He takes care of.
Oh yes.
His daughter Savannah is so awesome. And so if he's occupied with that, please understand it's just because he is such an awesome father. Okay? We'll give him a pass on that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man. Bud's always cool with me, man. I'll tell you what, let's run this trailer and then let's come back and let's get you and Alki both. Let's get your best KAW stories. Let's check this out, and when we get back, let's get back to talking KAW.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Because Pure Kick-Ass Wrestling is making their first stop on the KAW Reunion Tour in Jackson, Tennessee, October the 26th at the Slide and Ride Rodeo Arena at 45 Broadview Drive. Are you ready for the return of Kick-Ass Wrestling presented by PKAW Entertainment?
Damn, who was that?
I don't know. He
did a good job of that, Johnny.
Thank you.
Oh, you gimmicking him out, motherfucker. Shit.
Hey, man, I'm trying to help him out, bro. Hey, if he's running this show, I might be kissing his ass right now. Can you believe it?
There you go.
I was just kidding, man.
Izzy Alki, best KAW story each of you have.
You want to go first, Izzy, or me too?
I want to hear this.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, let me tell you. I'm gonna go back to the very first alcoholic thing, okay? So Terry and I were working together, and he was looking for somebody to do this gimmick. You know, I had a little bit of beer gut, and I didn't know if I'd always been a wrestling fan, didn't know if I wanted to. So I went down to watch the first show that they ever had, and if you remember at the Daisy, they had tables and lined up, and people sat at the table. I had a date with me, actually, first date ever too, by the way, last one. And here comes Danny B flying through my table, knocking my beer everywhere, you know. And then, so the next week I told him I'd do it was the next show y'all had. So he prepped me up and everything. And so I go out there and do this spiel. Of who I am, you know, and I say, you know, I'm here to referee. I'm alcoholic, whatever, blah, 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 talking with the other referee, and the other referee says, so I just go sit in the corner and drink a beer. I think actually Dutch Mantell was in the first match I ever refereed. So all I was supposed to do was go down and count 3. So I did that, and I come out of the match. I'm going, man, I don't know if I did. Oh, man, they pat me on the back. Everybody was really friendly in the locker room, too. I'd never been back there. So I go out the second time, and new Daisy is packed to the rafters, and the whole place starts going, Alki, Alki, Alki. Dude, guess what? Hook for life, brother. Hook for life.
Was got right then.
And that is my favorite story, I promise. And look, this is true. And I walk by Tasha, and Tasha goes, damn, the referee's over more than the boys. I swear that was her exact words.
And real fast, for the people watching, they don't understand they weren't there. There was a legitimate fucking 750 to 1,500 people in the day.
Absolutely.
Every time we ran. Every time.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
And that's my favorite story, man.
To sell out the New Daisy wasn't an unusual thing.
No.
You never know, though. You know, the third show might lead us.
Right on.
And Izzy, I don't think I told you when I spoke to you
right.
Either, but we can't get the Daisy right now. Mike Glenn sold it. Mikey Jr. took it over. Some other management company come in, and it's all in a big hoopla now. So That's why we didn't go there first.
But, you know,
we got 3
in
4
due
months.
time.
Yeah, 3 to 4 months if it becomes available. You're damn right. The third show, the blow-off show, will be at the New Daisy.
Ooh, I'd love to.
It almost has to be there, dude.
And it has to be.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Yep.
You know. All right, Izzy, your favorite or your best KAW
Yeah,
story?
Beale Street, definitely.
And we do it in the street.
And you could probably find video of this actually on YouTube, right? Sid Vicious came into KAW. You guys remember that?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
I do for sure. I was part of it.
Okay. Well, when they brought Sid in, nobody had any idea what they were going to do with him. And you remember this, Alki. Sid stood in the middle of the dressing room, and he's like, "Hey, could anybody help me?" And you could have heard a pin drop in that dressing room.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking around. He's like, "Yeah, I need to get video for WCW." And I'm looking around. I'm waiting for somebody else to speak up, and nobody said anything. And I said, "What the fuck you want to do, Sid?" And he looked over at me, and I'm the smallest guy in the fucking dressing room. And he didn't understand my position or anything like that in the dressing room. So he said, "Well, I just want to choke slam somebody through a table." And I said, "Is that all?" He's like, "Yeah."
Is that all?
And Dr. Bud had gotten me a few weeks before this a rib, and it's in my book. But anyhow, I said, "I'll tell you what, man, I got a better idea, Sid. Why don't you come out after our match? You choke slam me over the top rope through the table on the floor. And while you do that, set up Bud over on the stage, and then you can power bomb him off the stage." And then Sid looked over at Bud and was like, "Would you do that?" And it's like I pulled Bud's dick out or something in public. He's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." So, me thinking I got one over on Bud, Sid comes out, and if you watch the video, when Sid grabs me, he asks, "Are you ready?" And I said, "I love you." And he said, "I love you too." And then he chucked me over the top. And well, I figured, man, if the last words he's going to say to me is "I love you," I mean, I'm literally giving this guy my body. The least you can do is tell me you'll fucking love me, all right? So, in my internal wisdom, I thought my bump was going to be easier. Fuck no. I come down shoulder first, smack my nugget, and Bud takes the easy fucking bump through the table, and yeah, but I thought I was getting one over on Bud because he had gotten me a few weeks before that, but sure enough. But the end result of that, though, later on, Canyon became the booker for WCW's Cruiserweights.
Mm-hmm.
And I was contacted to come in and get a look. And I went there, and everybody was kayfabing me. But Sid came up, and he said, "What the fuck you doing here?" And I said, "Well, I'm supposed to be meeting with Canyon." And Sid went in, and 10 minutes later, Canyon was out to talk to me. And because of doing that favor, I later on had my meeting with WCW, and I was starting the negotiation process with them when they shut down. So, but you never know what could happen just by doing something like that. So that's one of my favorite stories.
Right. Yeah, guys, I don't think they realize that. A lot of guys, man, I don't want to do that just because they're the one taking the bump and taking the fall. But fuck, man, that's all part of it. That goes back to what you said earlier, and I meant to say something. All right, there's this big debate in the wrestling world. Is pro wrestling an art? Me personally, I 100% fucking believe it's a art. It definitely is to me. What do you guys think? We got y'all here. All of y'all, what y'all's thoughts, man? Art or not?
100% art form. I mean,
Yeah.
and even if it wasn't an art, and I think you can relate to this. All of us can, really. My thing with wrestling, man, and we've been in the ring together. All of us have. If you can respectfully beat the shit out of each other, that's what you need in today's world, because when you step outside in a bar after the show, before the show, whatever, you don't have to look to your left or to the fucking right to worry about who can fucking fight and who can't. And that part of today's fucking wrestling and the new age era, that's lost. The guys don't give a fuck about going out. They don't give a fuck about any of that. And that kills me.
Yeah. Well, I agree with it being hard too. And what you just said for sure is absolutely true. I have not watched a show in over 2 years. No TV, I promise you. It's been over 2 years since I watched the show.
Right.
I just can't watch it, man.
No show at all.
No, none. Zero. That's crazy, isn't it? That's like him not having a damn phone. Come on, man.
So
I know what I used to watch, and it used to be good, and it's not good to me anymore.
Let me say this real fast. Ricky Morton said it not long ago. He said in the 80s and 90s even, he said you didn't have to worry about who you were working that night, because back then everybody could fucking work, and they knew what work meant. Where it was fucking milking the people, fucking hitting the marks, but everybody got it. Today, and we're all older here, our world of fucking wrestling, as far as the rats, as far as fucking not having sex with them, as far as fucking, hey, yes, man, I need $10 to get to the next town. Can you feed me? All that. All them days are gone. Because the guys they don't know today.
No, absolutely not.
Where I'm going with all this, when you say art, it's painting the whole picture, not just fucking a stroke or two of it. You know what I mean?
From the first brush to the last brush.
Right.
Right. Now, let me give you guys a couple thoughts to that. My personal evolution, you might say, was going from artist to actual art, and understanding that everything is completely subjective. No matter how I dress, no matter what the fuck I do, it's completely subjective, meaning it's in the eye of the beholder. And once you understand that, then you truly have the freedom to create, because you can never, ever possibly please everybody. So that's where I truly have the freedom to just be myself, man. Because I can give a fuck less, man. The wonderful thing about Tigger was he was the only one. And I embrace that every day. One of those simple lessons as a kid. Now, what I mean by art as well is when somebody comes into a show, it's like the telemarketer, okay? The telemarketer knows they're the heel right from the start when they go to work, right? Now, when people walk into a show, they automatically know it's a work, okay? My job and your job or anybody else's job as an entertainer, as a wrestler, is to be able to separate them from that reality for that brief time that I have your attention. If I can make you follow along to Izzy High, the guy that's got more weed in his bowl than Courtney Love's got whole. Dollar to play, dollar to win, step right over and step right in. It's all carny. Do you understand? If I can separate you from that reality for that brief moment, just like the old carny, I can separate you from your dollar. And that's what my fucking job is.
Right. See, that's what I'm talking about when I say art. I love the manipulation of the fans. I love being able to take fans and take them with me on a ride and make them do exactly what I want them to do when I want them to do it. I mean, it don't always work perfectly, but when it does, to me, that's fucking magic. That's the magic of pro wrestling. And see, Izzy hit on something just then that I think's lost in today's wrestler. And probably over the past 40 or 50 years, I think pro wrestling's been romanticized. We all do it for the love of the sport. When in actuality, from my perspective, this whole thing was created to manipulate people out of their money. That's what pro wrestling is. That was the goal of every. Lou Thesz can say, "I love it and I do this," but ask him would he have done it for free? You know what I mean? More than likely not.
And the other thing is the reality is I don't have too many pro wrestlers at my house because I don't like to ever have to question if something's a work, especially in my own fucking house. You know what I'm talking about. Let's not bullshit each other. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So being able to take this is one thing also that's been kind of lost is taking all the tools that we learn in this business and using those tools to evolve into something else. And that's where guys get so lost. If you were to ask Joe Schmo from fucking Kokomo out here on the street, hey, go out here and speak publicly for 5 minutes, he'd shit himself. He wouldn't know what the fuck to say, right?
Right.
But hey, Johnny Morton, go out there and cut me a 3-minute promo, man. Hit these 3 bullet points. Right?
Right. Most guys
not
today,
a problem at all.
And these guys know, and all y'all do. The guys today, when you tell them to go home and talk to themselves in the fucking mirror, they look at you like you're fucking retarded.
Why would I do that?
Yeah. I mean, you know how many fucking promos like myself? I mean, and it just naturally comes off the top of your head. I mean, you know, but they try to get so long in depth when you really only need 30 to 45 seconds. Here you are 3 minutes in. Well, I cut you a promo. And I went to sleep after the first 36 seconds. I mean,
I agree with this. I agree 100%.
You know, I mean, just like
the other part of that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the other part that goes with that though is a lot of those guys are playing wrestling. Do you understand what I mean?
Amen.
100%. That's how I feel when
I am a wrestler.
Dude, man, I'm so glad you said it. I've said it over and over because I hadn't in the last 3 months, but for the past 3 years, I used to go and film all these different shows, all of them around here, up through Tennessee, Arkansas. Right. Dude, when I go to a wrestling show, man, I feel like exactly the same way. I feel like all these guys are going out there and pretending to be wrestlers instead of going out there and just becoming wrestlers. You know what I mean? Being wrestlers. And it's almost like they all of them imitate what they see, and we all do. That's pro wrestling. I mean, there's only so many fucking moves. This motherfucker here is the first dude I ever seen do the tarantula. Oh, yeah, back in the day. When he wrapped that motherfucker. Easy. Hey, when he wrapped that first motherfucker up on the rope like he did, I was sold, dude. I was like, oh, shit, look at that right there.
I remember that.
I was thinking, man, what would it be like if my big ass could do that? You know?
How the hell did that happen?
But I feel the exact same way, dude. I feel like a lot of wrestlers today are just play wrestling and not trying to be wrestlers, you know?
You know, I like to tell stories. I went to an independent show one time.
Well, when you asked me about training, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I went to an independent show out there. They had this big guy. He was huge, man. This guy was huge. And you know, I'm a pretty honest guy. Somebody asked me my opinion, I pretty much tell you whether you like it or not. I've been that way all my life. Well, this guy tried to run the ropes, and it took him about 2 weeks to get across there. Now, he was a big sumbitch now. I'm not lying. And so he come over after, man. Hey, man, how'd my match look? I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I said, you're a big sumbitch, but don't run them ropes no more. Because, I mean, I almost went to sleep while you were running them sumbitches. He was so slow. And he got madder than hell that I was honest with him, man. I said, if you're as big as you are, you need to be a monster, not running the damn ropes. Come on, man.
Right.
Shit. If I can outrun you, you are slow.
As you tell that story, I'll go with you on that. Dig this, Zach Gowen. You guys know who Zach is?
Oh yeah, where he worked for us.
The one-legged wrestler.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I worked with Zach his first year in the business, and he was talking about you can whip me into the ropes, and then you could take my arm, and then I'll da. And I was like, whip you into the fucking ropes, and I'm gonna watch you hop to the fucking ropes. Are you fucking kidding me? Grab your arm. You've got one fucking leg. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's the human
Get
pogo
fucking real.
stick.
You've got one fucking leg. Grab your arm. Get the fuck real. That's what I told him. I'm gonna watch you pogo over to the fucking ropes and then fucking grab your arm. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
That's good.
So yeah, I definitely understand that story, Alfie.
I mean, I don't get some of these places I used to go to. Like, oh my gosh, how do you watch your own self? These guys that nowadays, all they got to do, they got a phone. Everybody's got a phone except Izzy, man. Come on, film yourself. Watch, go back and watch it. Look how you look when you do that. Come on.
In their own mind, they think they're great.
Well,
and their buddies who
here's
oh, yeah.
the other difference,
Absolutely.
man. Oh yeah,
You look like that in Terry Golden's
go with
KW.
me on this ride for 1 second.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be like that Thursday night.
But what I was getting ready to say is the difference being a lot of these.
Oh, we lost them again.
Damn it.
What I was going to say, you be like that on Terry Golden's show. Big Viscera is coming out and kicking the shit out of you. I can tell you that right now. Am I lying, Johnny? Am I lying, Johnny?
No, sir.
Hit the ring, boys.
Damn, he's froze up good.
While we're waiting on Izzy, we were talking about Sid a while ago. I don't think you were there.
I was there.
I know you were there, but at Hooters,
Okay.
man. At Hooters, let me see, he's back.
Yeah, we got him.
Yeah, I'm
go
back.
ahead.
Sorry, guys.
Go
This
ahead,
is Wi-Fi.
No, you good, dude.
But what I was talking about is the difference being, and this isn't a shot at nobody, at a weekend warrior or anything like that, man. Every hobbyist has weekend warriors, but the difference.
Uh-oh, gone again. Oh,
Dang McDonald's Wi-Fi.
I think his Wi-Fi may be on the same stuff, huh?
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. But the difference being, this is what I did for a living, man.
Yeah.
And I was very conscious of that and trying to explain to a weekend warrior when I go into a town that I've never met before who has minimal training, hey, man, we're going to do this, this, and this, and you need to shut the fuck up. And that's, that was to protect me because I have to do it again tomorrow. And I had to do it again the night after that because that's how I fed myself, man. I can appreciate your family's out in the crowd, but my family's at home waiting for me to pay the fucking bills.
Yeah, bring the money home. Absolutely.
And some guys didn't understand. Yeah, and a lot of guys didn't understand that at times, but that was how I had to protect myself, And believe it or not, guys tried me back in the day. They would try me. And fortunate enough, I was legit. So, but anyways, now I think this Wi-Fi is somewhat stable. At least one thing on this thing is, fuck it. 2 tears in a bucket, right?
I totally agree.
I got to hear this Hooters story about Johnny because I think I know what he's fixing to say.
Yeah, please. I'm sorry. I cut. Yeah. Go ahead. We were talking that.
Right. Hooters, man, was a fun time, but sometimes in the business, it miscommunication or not getting to speak to the other guy causes issues. And it's not like the issue of heat issues I'm talking about, just miscommunication. Right. We did you mentioned Chris Rocker earlier, Izzy. We did a spot with the Hooters girls. We had a double plate full of, they were Hooters, but we called them Crumpy's wings because Crumpy's was right down the street. So we had to cut a little interview, me and Rocker were, and the girls come out. We said, the only thing to make these better, we have beer. Well, they got beer. Well, when they turned around, we put them in the corner. When we turned back around, they poured beer on our head. So we turned back around. Mabel came, right? And so when Mabel came, man, he bumped me, bumped Rocker.
Right on.
Rocker picks Rocker up, gives him a Samoa drop, boom, comes to me, says, hey, you take military press. Sure. Now, we were on the asphalt, and you guys remember the KAW ring, bro, standing on the ground to the top was 8 feet.
It's high.
At 8 feet.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Maven was another 3 or 4 feet above that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when he fucking picked me up to do the deal, he teased me on one side, and as he turns, I took to take the bump in the middle of the ring, as I just thought I would. He dumped me over the other side. Well, I was already tucked for the flip. I'd already fucking tucked, so my body automatically flipped. Boom, down I went. You know what I mean? Now, that was with Mabel, and that it didn't, like, shatter my pelvis, but it's hairline fracture. You know, and they told me 4 months, you know, hey, man, you don't need to wrestle no more. Again, like Izzy was saying, I tell this story because like Izzy was saying, dude, 3 or 4 nights a week, that's how we fed our families. You know, I'm not going to say I didn't have a bullshit real job or part-time job in between the fucking bookings because I always tried to make sure money was coming in. But on those nights that you knew were fucking money nights, the last thing you need to do is get hurt. Because like you said, we got to work tomorrow night, you know? And I told this story last time,
Right.
I think, didn't I? It took about 10 years. Rocker, speaking of Rocker again, he's the one who mended the thing with me and fucking, and I say mended. I never had that closure. He never had a chance to say, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Mabel. But we worked one night in Union City for Kamala Jr. And Rocker said, hey, man, you ever talked to him? I said, bro, I ain't seen him since that, you know, since the incident. He said, let's go over there. Dude, Mabel stood up, man, give me a big old fucking hug. Said, brother, he said, I'm so sorry. He said, miscommunication. He said, shit happens. He said, I said, bro, I said, no hard feelings. I said, I understand. I said, you know, I said, I just wish I got to speak to you afterwards. But, you know, as soon as it happened, of course, you know how superstars are. As soon as it happened, he paid and was gone. You know what I mean? So that night we didn't get to speak to him.
I thought you were legitimately hurt,
Right.
really, really bad. I was refereeing that match. Actually, I was out there.
Yeah,
And that was a scary moment for me. Actually,
that was the first real bump I had taken on asphalt. Now for River City Hardcore, which was Motley's deal before KAW, kind of all merged together. I had taken bumps off the balcony. One night we went to the top, and of course you guys know how it was, you know, back in the day, back in the dressing room. You were pretty buzzed one way or the other, no matter if you were drinking or doing whatever you're doing. So we went to the top in the crow's nest. We were talking about the Daisy earlier, and there's tables set up. Motley says, I said I was going through it, but it's your turn. Boom. So I'm saying I've taken higher bumps before, but I don't know, the table fucking stopped me from killing myself that night.
Excuse me.
That night at Hooters, and I remember landing flat. I remember reaching up, and you guys might remember the security guard's name was Richard. He was one of David Milliken's security guards at Brighton Gate. Anyway, I reached up, grabbed him, pulled him to me. I said, bro, I'm hurt. I don't know what's wrong. Because when I set up, dude, fucking fire shot me back. So I laid back down. I was like, fuck, I don't know what's wrong. Anyway, short story long. Short story long. Gotcha. Going back to being in art, sometimes the artists have to work together to paint the picture, and sometimes you do get strokes that aren't supposed to be there. But real fast, spin off of that. Let me say this: you go back to Sid real fast. You guys remember right? They come in on the motorcycles and the big white limousine, and they put me, Tojo, God bless his heart. Haven't heard from him in a couple of weeks, man, but they pray for him because he's not doing well. Edric Hines and Timmy Hines, they come in and put the fucking black things over our head, fucking put the nooses around our necks, man, and firebombed all of us. Dude, that's my Sid moment. I've taken 100 firebombs from him, but that night, just being there and that. With that scenario being said, you couldn't do that scene today, I don't think, and get away with it.
no, absolutely not.
But that's my Sid story, man. And I'm good friends with Gunner.
And this is something that Buster.
Yeah, I tried to get Gunner to come. But
Yeah, Buster and I were talking about the thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Buster and I were talking about, you know, and to be Izzy High and to be public as I was at that time, people don't understand how crazy that was as well. You know, to be walking in a grocery store and somebody scream across the grocery store, same as Alki, Izzy High, let's go burn one. And I have to scream, the shit's still illegal, you know, across the fucking store.
Yeah, a lot of people related.
You know, and we put ourselves out there. But
The gimmicks, man.
That was the thing. It was, you know, what was the song? I was country before country was cool.
Man, that's right.
That's it.
Yeah, the gimmicks in the KAW, there's no way nobody can beat those gimmicks. I've been blessed enough
to watch it come. And here's another thing as well. At that time, there was times that people looked down at me because I smoked pot as they were tossing back pills.
Right.
They had a prescription. And, you know, I'm not trying to talk bad about nobody. I'm not trying to bury nobody, but I'm still sitting here. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
I ain't never had to go to rehab.
That was Willie.
Yeah.
Well, look, Izzy. Since we're on
this is the only.
Look, Izzy. Since we're on the subject of the gimmicks and weed and
freeze up on me again.
No, you there?
Can you hear me?
Mic check.
Yeah, look.
All right. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, look. Let's talk about weed.
Yep.
Let's talk about the creation of weed. The
gimmick.
Tell us about it. Who thought it up? Where did it come from?
Yeah.
Was it a collaboration? Take us through the creation of Wrestling's Extreme Execution.
No, that was me. What happened was Golden, with the expansion of television, wanted a more flamboyant gimmick than American Kickbox. And at first, he pitched the Littles to me. He wanted me to be Bitty Little, one of the Littles. And I said to him that, you know, man, that if you're wanting me to do promos, I'm a fucking Yankee, man. And the first time that I slip up and I don't have that Southern accent, it's going to kill the fucking gimmick. So I had done Izzy a time or two before I had come down there. And Izzy was originally just an idea. It was a joke that was talked about riding around with other wrestlers. If we could do any other gimmick, what would it be? And American Kickboxer is a very rigid gimmick and a very disciplined gimmick. So I wanted something that I could have fun with. You know, if you'd never see Charles Bronson on the Three Stooges or the Three Stooges with Charles Bronson, right? Does that make sense? Because one of them would have to fucking lose something in the process. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, the idea with Izzy High was I was going to take a fall through, if Alki remembers, I went head first through a table on the floor. And when I brought back into the ring and I'm coming back to, Penguin was in the ring. And Motley was checking up on me. And as I was coming to, I looked up and I seen Motley and I said, "Jerry, is that you? Jerry Garcia, you're here.
Yeah.
You're saving
remember
me."
that now.
And the
I
next
remember
thing
that,
I started
absolutely.
with,
Yeah, his ass.
Penguin started asking on the microphone, "What's wrong with this guy? Is he crazy? Is he nuts?" And then I said, "What's my name?" And he said, "Is he high?" And that's where,
man.
That's awesome, man. That's
where
great.
it started. And
I remember it now that you say it.
we brought Dr. Bud on it. Yeah, you were the referee.
Yeah.
And Dr. Bud was my personal physician. That's how we brought him in. He was Izzy High's personal physician. He had a PhD in THC and a minor degree in herpetology.
There you go.
And that's how Dr. Bud got brought in. And at the time, man, talk about fun, you guys. My God, the fun that we had.
Oh, yeah.
You guys remember Cesar Romero?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Caesar was like the top DJ at that time, right? And Bud and I could call into the radio station and ask Caesar, "Hey, man, can we come down and hang out?" And he's like, "Yeah, fucking come down." And we'd be fucking DJs of the fucking biggest radio station in Memphis that night. Just Bud and I just wanting to hang out and fucking goof off, man. I mean, who does that happen to, guys?
Really?
And when I say most people could never understand how blessed on 100%, man, and keeping this 100%. I was a homeless teenager, man. I've been on my own since I was 14 years old, and all I ever wanted to do was be a wrestler and be a musician. And I had been so blessed to be able to do both, and pro wrestling gave me that ability. Pro wrestling gave me the confidence. It gave me the ability to understand that most people fear going out and going after it because they're not 100% at something. Does that make sense? I'll explain.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I do.
I
fully
don't
believe, man. There's just as many people that have the fear of success holds them back.
Yeah.
I'm with you 100%.
Well,
dude.
for me, I understand that I don't have to be 100% the greatest guitarist. I can only be 25%. I don't have to be 100% the most funny guy in the world. I could be 25% at that. Also, my charisma, I don't have to be 100% at that. I could only be 25% at that. And in my stage presence, I don't have to be 100% at that. If I'm only 25% at that, I'm now 100%. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to be 100%. You could only be 25%. And most people get held back by going after everything they want out of a fear of that, a fear of failure, man. My fear is wondering if I could and sitting around wondering if I could do something instead of just going and fucking doing it. And if there's any message that people could pick up from Izzy High, the former homeless kid, the guy who ended up 2 years as a feature on television, if there's any message that I could give anybody, it is go after every dream you've ever fucking had in your life, because in the end, when you're looking back at it, it is so fucking worth it. It is so truly worth it. I can look right now over at my friend Alki fucking Holic. Me and him were on TV every fucking week in Memphis, Tennessee. I used to sleep in a fucking gas station bathroom. No bullshit, guys, to get out of the fucking cold. Promising myself that one day I was going to get mine. And motherfuckers, I'm sitting here looking at the man that I did it with rocking back in that chair, man.
Absolutely,
you guys
man.
have no idea how fucking honored I am just to be sitting here talking to you guys about this. And you said you want to bring back KAW if it's one motherfucking night. Here's your fucking promo, everybody. Kick-ass wrestling. If you're still talking about it 20 more fucking 4 years later, you're still talking about what the fuck we did, then you're hurting for it. You're asking for it. You're begging for it. Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee. We set the mark so high that you have to either pole vault or fucking limbo. Either way, we set a fucking mark. Myself, that man sitting right over there, alcoholic, who high-five every motherfucking week because I was so fucking happy just to be there. And anybody else, if you've lost that spirit being out there, motherfuckers, you do not get it. This was the passion. This was what I loved. And this is what I still love, going out and entertaining. And I am so blessed that still sitting here talking to you guys to this day that we matter that fucking much. Guys, I can't help but say thank you so much, you guys.
Yes, I agree.
Dude.
Bruh.
Thank you for what you did, man.
Hell yeah.
And you, believe it or not, you entertained me as a referee,
Really?
buddy. You entertained me. All you guys did were y'all entertained me. I was just there to count the three, my man. And when entertainment gets in your blood, I take that over to what I do now. We talked about me being a cornhole announcer. You can't just talk about guys throwing bags in the hole all day. You got to have something that entertains the people. And I hope that's what I do, and that's the compliments that I get. And it's all because I got to be your guys and watch you guys do entertainment.
All right, that love is exactly what he's talking about. I mean,
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Sure about KAW like y'all do, but I came in right at the tail end of it. I didn't have that much time with KAW, but the time that I was there, I loved it. You know, that's kind of what I still remember it. You know, what, 4 shows, 5 shows, and then it went to MCW.
Well, one of the shows, let's talk about real fast, was the prison show. I know you were on that show. We were all there.
Oh yeah.
Look, I owe you one.
No, I wasn't on that show. I'd already left.
Actually, you and Ron McClarty beat the shit out of me and Way Cool in front of all them women. And when y'all threw me out at the end, Sexy Sam was stiffer than both of you guys in the ring, man. He beat my ass with that stick and that boot. I didn't even know what hit me. I was just breaking into business, and I was like, what the?
Look, I tell you what, man.
Bring up the Thanksgiving beatdown that we had outside of
where's it at?
On Bill Street.
Yeah, it was that other place. It was the other building. I know what you're talking about.
Big tent deal with all the strippers in the back. Yeah.
We had different strippers from a different place that day. They were not near as good as the Platinum Plus girls. I can tell you that.
But I remember that. Hold on 1 second. I remember that because you can Way Cool.
Grease
started our match, and then I'll never forget it. Terry Golden comes out with the chair, bashes both of us, and shoots a big promo when him and Bill Dundee was having the whole feud with him. And today's Bill's birthday, right?
Today is Bill's birthday.
So happy birthday, Bill. If you're watching or if you see this, say happy birthday to him. But yeah, he just smashed both of us. And I think they shot a promo video about that. And I believe the first thing you seen on that video was my face and Terry's chair to start the video out. Terry, if you got that video, I'd love to see that chair shot one more time.
Terry, I want to see all the videos. Please put them out.
They start uploading again. You got that thing down?
I'm gonna start loading them up. I'll tell you what, though.
Do you have them all, Buster? Do you have them all?
I don't have all of them. I have a shit ton, and I'm supposed to get with Golden sometime, and he's supposed to get me. He's supposed to give me all the KAW stuff. And when that happens, well, here's the difference. I have TV recordings. I think what he's got is the real
masters,
right? And see, that's the difference, because we all know UPN 30 back in the fucking day. That motherfucker would be great one week and shitty the next, man.
Turn the antenna.
Hey, but some of the stuff we put on there was outlandish, man. I mean, it was we really pushed the envelope on Channel 30. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
you know,
a lot of stuff we did you couldn't do today. I promise.
Dr. Bud.
Oh hell no, not at all, man. One of my favorite things is that we.
Dr. Bud and I.
Go ahead, Eddie.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
No, I go ahead.
When I was, Dr. Bud and I walking through town. Dr. Bud and I walking through town with a missing sign, and it was due to a missing bag of weed.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite storylines.
Looking for Dr. Bud's missing bag. Holy shit, man! And then
crazy.
that was just a silly idea that Bud and I had.
It was fun, all right.
Yeah, and as I said, and doing that at that time, pardon me, please. I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I said it was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. As Alki was saying, the things that we got away with, and to understand that, and before its time, so before its time, and I think that's why we look back at it fondly now.
It was definitely ahead of its time, and all those crazy fucking things, the missing bag and all the other shit that went on. That's why people remember KAW like they do. It was wild, man, but it was really just a reflection of what society was at the time too, though. I mean, y'all were just putting the shit out on TV that. Go ahead.
There was actually storylines, believe it or not.
It was. Speaking
of and the thing of it is people were living. They were living vicariously through us.
Yes.
What it was. Everybody knew a guy. Yeah. Everybody knew some crazy little pothead like me who just didn't give a fuck and would tell you that they just didn't give a fuck. Yeah.
The whole show was I don't give a fuck. That's where it was
really.
Right.
Yeah, right. But that again, that's what I referred to us as ECW's Southern bastard cousin. Is what I call it.
100%.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
And
Memphis ECW for sure.
Hey, one thing you think about the stars that came through there, man. We had some stars come through there. I was going to tell
the story of Mabel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought up Mabel.
Yeah.
He did a splash with me one time. And he was so big, all you could see was my feet. Just sticking out at the other fucking side.
Right.
Big, it was like getting hit with a fucking bounce house, if you could think of it like that.
Let me say this real fast. The story I told a while ago, other than that, I worked with Mabel probably 10 or 15 times on Memphis TV and around. He never hurt me other than that one night. I know, and it wasn't intentional. I'm just saying, as big as he was like working with a feather most nights.
Believe it or not, he was one of the nicest men that you ever want to meet. I worked several shows with him after KAW.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, he was very humble. He wasn't the big asshole superstar that he'd been to the big show and all that. He was not like that. He was one hell of a nice dude. And for him to pass away as early as he did was a tragic to me.
Yeah, I love Mabel. Yeah. Believe it or not, super nice. In like late 1995 or early 96, when he had just left, they just fired him from the WWE. He had just won the King of the Ring. Some little town in Arkansas for crazy Luke Graham Jr. actually got to wrestle Mabel for that fucking King of the Ring belt, man. Dude, awesome dude, man. Right. I consider myself a big guy, but man, when you're standing up,
dude's huge,
and go face to face with Mabel, man, he's a big guy, man, and he was smooth, smooth. Mabel, I loved working with Mabel. He was fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was like an eclipse when he hit me with a splash.
Yeah, I can bet.
It's like it's like the Road Runner. It's like a fucking cartoon. I can see nothing but the feet sticking out, man, switching around. Well, look, I tell you what.
Let's telling you, man, that's how wide that motherfucker was.
Let's take a look at another one of these KAW teasers, and then Jet Hero. When we get back, I got a challenge for you. Let's check this out.
Wrestling fans, are you ready? Because PKAW Entertainment brings KAW Reunion Tour to Jackson, Tennessee, October the 26th, 2023 at the Slide and Ride Rodeo Arena. Big stars set to appear. KAW Originals, I wouldn't tell you no lies. PKFNW is on the way. We've got tickets, we've got babes, we've got beer, we've got blunts, and we've got blood. check out our sponsors. The Convicts will be appearing. Oh yeah, that's right. Danny B. Good and his son, DJ Brown. The fabulous Chris Rocker coming to KAW at the Slide and Ride Rodeo Arena, October the 26th, 2023. We're kicking ass and chewing bubblegum, and we're all out of bubblegum.
All right, man. Y'all seen that? 2 days away. Jackson, Tennessee, Slide and Ride Rodeo Arena this Thursday fucking night. Bell time, 8 p.m. But Jet Hero, we got a guy down here named Mr. Moonshine, and just a second ago, Izzy cut one hell of a promo straight from the heart. I want you cut your best promo on Mr. Moonshine before we get him on here, man.
Mr. Moonshine?
Mr. Moonshine, he's waiting in the wings. It's on you, off the dome, right now.
Oh, man, you put me on the spot. Just letting everybody know, I've never really talked on the mic, so I kind of wore a mask my whole career, so I never really got this opportunity to speak like this. So
you've been all over these fucking
really
lives and shit, man.
He really put me on the spot. Okay,
dude, you've been all over these lives, man. I done seen you.
Hey, what kind of promo am I cutting? Just introducing them? You want to warm me up? I can introduce them real nice. You know what I'm saying?
No. Tell him why you can kick his ass.
There you go.
Tell him why you can kick
Let me
his
tell you
ass.
something right now, Moonshine Man. I will tell it to you right now. Let me tell you something right now, Moonshine Man. I had to get the mask, right? I got the mask. Oh, wait, so it's multiple personality disorder happening in Detroit. What the hell? Oh, shit.
That's a dope mask.
He said he had to do the mask.
All right, I'm telling you what, Hero. He's down there waiting on you. He's steady getting more pissed off because we ain't got him on screen. Tell him why you can kick his ass, man. This is kick-ass wrestling. Tell him why.
I've seen this guy over and over and over, man. He's not
Hey,
even
pause real quick, you guys.
Yeah.
What's up?
So let me get a pause real quick, you guys. I need to jump off of here. I don't mean to cut everybody short. Tune in next week. We're going to do the Chatting with Weed. KAW, guys, I love you guys so much for putting this back together. And seeing Alcoholic again, man. My old friend, man. I have so much love for this guy. You guys have no idea. And quick shout out to the Gypsy crew. I love each and every one of you guys. We'll talk soon. You guys stay in touch with me. I'm going to cut out of here, all right? Look forward to watching you guys soon.
I can give you a hug. Here it is, man.
All right, much love, guys.
You take it easy, Izzy.
Peace. Yeah, much love to you, Alki.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
All right, guys. So are you gonna cut this fucking promo or not?
Man. What do you want me to say about this guy?
I want you to say whatever your heart tells you to say.
Yeah, warm me up real fast. Let me play off something.
He said, "Let me do it real fast," and then he gave something else.
Yeah.
Look here, Thursday night, October the 26th, Mr. Moonshine, you make your first appearance for the PKAW right there at the Slide and Ride Rodeo Arena. But let me tell you this right here, right now, you're in for a big ride. You better buckle up tight. Hold on, brother, because Mr. Jet Hero got something to say.
Hey, let me tell you something, Mr. Moonshine. Hey, this might be the first time on the mic, but I'm going to let you know I do all my talking in the ring. If you want to show up with your bottle, kick back, let me show you what kick-ass wrestling is really about, kid.
Ooh. There you go, Mr. Moonshine. Welcome to the show, man.
From the convicts, too, so.
Thank you. Jet Hero, I might have my bottle, but I'm going to toss you around like I do at these hay bales out here.
Hey, you just worry about your opponent. Hey, from what I heard, we do have something special for him. I'm not the booker. I don't make the rules. But you just worry about your opponent. And if you want some, come the next show. Hey, bro, I'm everyone's hero. You'll figure it out.
You might be everyone's hero, but you're going to be everyone's hero laying on that ground after I toss you around.
Hopefully,
We don't just talk about wrestling here. We book fucking matches too.
There you go. Let's do it.
We don't book the
Hey,
match,
look,
man.
I don't do that, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real with you. You put me on the spot, but Mr. Moonshine, respectfully, that man's done a lot for PKAW, and it's a big shout out for that motherfucker. Because if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't kind of got the ball rolling on the other few things for us. And man, I applaud you. But for real though, you better be ready for your opponent. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm beyond ready.
So, Mr. Moonshine, tell us something about yourself, man. Tell us who you are and what you're about, man, and what you're coming to PKAW for.
Tell us how you got into wrestling and why. And I won't tell you to mention who helped you, but go ahead.
Well, you know what? You know, when Bert Prentice, you know, a good friend, he, you know, was here in Jackson, and I asked him to come up there and train, and I got in. That's how I got going. And the person that really got me going was right there, that man right there, Johnny Morton. So, you know, I put a lot of shout out to him and Bundy and Danny just being right there beside me the whole time.
What's up, man?
Right.
We live right now, bro.
So, let me ask you something, Alki. Are you going to be reffing any? Or are you just coming to watch?
Man, I'm just gonna come spectate. I might. You never know what I might do though, man.
Yeah, that's
You just
right.
never know. I am still unpredictable.
I like that attitude.
He wasn't lying about being unpredictable.
You have been requested by the guys who are probably going to make the main event card to be involved in their match. So,
Well, I might just have to do that then, man. You know, a couple beers in, I'm not gonna do anything. You might see me come off the top rope, couple beers in. That ain't happening. I'm kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
I'm not 100% sure, but we've already been blessed with one blessing by asking. And I think Thursday night, we might be birthing a Alki Jr. if that might be possible, man.
That'd be great, man. Heck yeah, I'd love it. Keep the. I'm like Izzy, man. Keep the tradition going, brother. Whatever you need to do. Hey, you will not hurt my feelings, man. Because guess what? I will always be the original.
Yes, sir. Living the legacy on, bro.
I just gotta see what this fucking baby of Alki's looks like, man. That's
it could be his child, bro. I'm gonna just tell you that.
Look, as much weight as I lost, they might think I hatched a baby now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Yes, sir.
We got Mr. Moonshine down here. The show's this Thursday. Let everybody know what other talent they're going to be seeing coming up on Thursday night.
Man, you got a lot of talent coming in. We got one of the ones I really want to talk about, man. I wish I could have talked about him a while ago when Izzy was on. But talking about the hooligan, man, Mason Cutter. And I look forward to seeing him again. I hadn't seen him in a few years. Last time I seen him, it was him and his brother and Leo, his dad. Anyway, it was the three of them, man. We were in Swag up at I think we're in Henry or McKenzie somewhere, man. And dude, you talk about some talent. Wasn't long after I seen him there. One of them broke their leg. I don't know the whole story there, but dude, for them to look at them guys, you go, well, they don't look all that athletic, but they can move and groove in the ring. Did you go check them out, Buster?
Do what?
Did you go check him out by chance after the last podcast?
Who?
The hooligan. Mason Cutter cat.
I didn't, man. I didn't, dude. I did not. I was focused on Mr. Moonshine. I guess something happened with his internet. He clicked out.
Yeah.
I hadn't got a chance to check him out, dude, but I will before Thursday night. And then Thursday night, I'll see him live anyway. So
didn't I tell everybody that I was going to tell who I would be working? Yeah. Well, I actually told you on the last podcast that I would expose who I would be working, so I guess it's better than ever now to do it. I, myself, Jet Hero, will be facing Mason Cutter in the ring. I'm going to tell you, it's an honor to have him at the show, but it's even an honor for me to be able to get back in the ring. And I know he says something about the Weekend Warriors. I've actually stepped out of the ring for a long period of time, man. So this is actually my first real in-ring appearance besides what I've done out here for SGKO. So, man, to be stepping back in there, going against him, man, and this is either going to be my make it or break it. If I can't hang with him, then I might just stick to the being a Johnny Morton Jr. in the behind the scenes type thing, making sure that, you know, other things are getting taken care of, that, you know, the real important shit, because anybody could come and wrestle. Let's be real. Anybody could be replaced, but it takes a fucking team to run the behind the scenes type shit that nobody really gets to see. So it's super, super exciting, man. 2 days away. I'm super nervous, man. I've been staying at the shop. I handmade all these shirts, man, with these guys. Every PKAW shirt was handmade in shop by us. We didn't get them made by nobody else. Man, I was staying up there at 12, 1, 2 o'clock to get T-shirts done for the show, man. I put a lot into it, and I'm blessed that I have the opportunity to share a ring with the KAW stars, and them give us, ultimately PKAW, a hell of a boost, you know what I'm saying? And keeping the original tradition, man, and keeping it in the bars, and keeping it, you know, adult, you know what I'm saying, like.
Well, look, damn it, people keep blinking me. Look, Johnny,
that was me. I actually sent you a promo on the Mason Cutter guy that we were just talking about. I didn't know if you could pull it up, maybe show a little piece of the video on it.
And there might be a couple of guys trying to click in with us.
Nobody else has clicked in yet.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay, we got 2 days, but I know there's still a few advanced tickets. I know they're moving. So, Johnny, tell these people how they can get a hold of you or whoever to get advanced tickets between now and Thursday if they want them.
Man, you can always inbox me at Johnny Morton on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram me at just Johnny Morton, any of that. You can also contact Leon right here, Mark Taylor. It's really easy, man. Send me an inbox, and I promise you, we've delivered probably 20 or 30 tickets, hand delivered them. We've had some people already come to the tattoo shop and pick tickets up. And I'll just tell you real fast, the general admission is just $15. However, with the the general admission is probably going to be standing room only. They do have a few chairs we might use for general admission, but to guarantee you a seat, VIP seating, guaranteed, whether it be up in the skybox or the 50 seats that are going to be around the ringside area. They have the ring's on a dance floor, so they have a rail around it, kind of, if you will. So the seating will be on the outside of that, and there's 50 seats. Guaranteed seating is $20. You get, you know, and you'll also give your ticket. You get a blue VIP wristband type gimmick. Like I said, anybody that needs it, man. Even you, Buster. I mean, you can. You know, they contact you here on the gimmick here.
Yeah.
Our way. Alki, if you got anybody wants to come with you, brother. Of course, you get a +1 on you, and if you got anybody else, man, of course you're unlimited. So.
Go there, Alki. You got that fucking +1, man.
Hey, Platinum Plus is closed, man.
We got a handshake and a hot dog later. Yeah.
There you go.
Platinum Plus is closed.
Hey, honestly, if any of the boys are watching this, y'all too, man. Hey, we do have catering for the boys. So y'all make sure y'all get there early, man, so everybody can kind of get on the rhythm of where we're going to be, how we're going to be. Can we hit our sponsors real fast? Yes.
Yeah, man. For sure. Alki, you too. When they're done, Alki, let's plug your cornhole sponsors.
Yeah.
Man, dude, I mean, I sitting here, I can't tell you enough how much we appreciate the tattoo station downtown Jackson with the 210 Liberty Street. Man, dude, look, since day one, and what I mean by day one, from our first adventures with SGKO, the stuff we were doing in the dojo back there, dude, they've been here since day one. So tattoo station, big pop out to them, 100% on board from day one to the day it's over. Another big sponsor, man, Colston Construction out of Brownsville. Am I correct? Yes, sir.
Man's Wrecker. I mean, without Man's Wrecker, I don't believe I need to drop no names on that, but I will. You know.
Shout out to the man himself.
Yeah, Terry Golden, Terry Story. I mean, if it wasn't for him, brother, we wouldn't be burning fire where we are right now. We'd still be sitting in the water, you know, like ducks.
Right.
The 1-5 Bar and Grill. We talking about food a while ago being catered. 1-5 Bar and Grill. We'll be catering by them for the boys. Also joining aboard with that is Gizmo's Barbecue, man. Another sponsor of ours that's been on since day one. Dude, look here. The last outside event we had here, they brought 5 pounds of barbecue.
Said everybody.
There was 0 left.
Yep.
None. So I'm saying.
If they bring 5 pounds of barbecue, what the hell y'all gonna eat?
Me and Alky will be fighting over that 5 pounds of barbecue, man.
It's good. It's good. It is real good.
Hey, Big Buster will be out at the gimmick table with the big tray of barbecue and the hood on and everything.
There you go. 18 holes, right?
Community Tire, Big Mike. You got problems with your wheels, man? Go down and see Big Mike. I don't know the address, but he's right downtown there in Jackson. Community Tire.
Live Genuine.
Yeah,
Live Genuine.
LG.
LG. He's a podcast here in the city here in Jackson. He's a podcast.
I'm gonna try to say it right. For Rozzie's Bullies, man.
Hey, straight up, it's a bully kennel here in Jackson, Tennessee. Hey, they got all kind of. Man, hey, I meant to stop by. Sorry about that. We will get some inventory and some little footage of their dogs, man. They got all kind of them. Also, we want to give a special shout out to Hub City Hemp here in Jackson. Hey, guys, if y'all need CBD hemp, y'all go check them out. They're under new management. They're a super big sponsor for us. They will be at the show giving out little prizes and stuff. They got shirts to give out and little discount cards, man. The show's turning out to be really big and it's starting to finally come together, man. But shout out to all sponsors. We wouldn't have been able to do it without y'all.
Yeah, it's going to be a big night, man. Like I said, Thursday night, 2 days away. Bell time's 8 p.m. Slide and Ride Rodeo Arena.
Hey, one more shout out, guys, to everybody that is participating in this show. Hey, we couldn't have done it without y'all also. All the KAW stars, Alky being there, bro. I've had 3 or 4 people tell me it wouldn't even be a show if he wasn't there. So having you on board, having Izzy on board. Izzy might not be at this show, guys, but we are working on getting him on the show. Look. Hey, this isn't the only show that we have for the KAW reunion tour. This is the start
I love it.
Reunion tour.
I love it.
All right, Alky, 2 fucking days. 24 years back in history. KA-fucking-W. Your sponsors, man.
I can't get my mullet back, but look, if you're gonna go drinking, make sure you go get you a bottle of this, made by a personal friend of mine. Reef rum, all right.
Hey,
and if you get in,
bringing that with you?
I can bring it with me. Yeah, sure. And matter of fact, we'll drink on it. But I got to drive back to Memphis, Mississippi. But the next thing is if you get into the cornhole world and you need some cornhole bags, look me up. I'm sponsored by a guy from Elite Cornhole Bags and also M&M Auctions out of Senatobia, Mississippi. If you need to get some Christmas shopping done, look it up. M&M Auctions. And this dude has some bin sales also. And he's got all the Little Debbie cookies, all the candy, anything you can think of. This guy is selling right now in his auction place. And so make sure you turn out M&M Auctions. And that's my 3 best sponsors I got going for me today. So that's it, man. And I'm looking forward to getting to Jackson, Tennessee on Thursday night. I don't know. I have to get some 5-hour energies for Friday. You know, I still work, by guys. But
well, look, man. I see a kick-ass wrestling cornhole match. I just got a vision of it, man.
There you go.
I don't really know what it consists of, but I'm thinking maybe we save that for a prison show or some shit like that.
Hey, speaking of special matches, I'm not going to tell who it's with, but we do have a 15-foot double end dog collar that we're going to, the chain in the middle, 2 dog collars. I don't want us to give all the secrets, but look out. That's going to be an intense match as well.
Love it. Love it. The more intense, the better. And bring your own weapons and just beat the shit out of each other again. How about that?
Light bulbs.
Yeah, we don't do light bulbs.
Times have changed a little bit.
And we supply all weapons, guys. Fans don't bring weapons.
What the heck? No fans bring the weapons? What's up?
Well, fans get to choose the weapons as
that
we
we
have
have,
them
yeah.
on hand for them.
It's all good, man. I'm just messing with you.
We kind of
Don't need no
got to
hand
work
grenades.
around things. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what they're going to bring. You know?
Hey, do you remember? You remember the guy that used to come to the Daisy had a damn shopping cart full of shit, man.
Yes, sir.
He had signs. He had, I think he had toasters and microwaves and shit. This guy brought his whole house to beat people up with, man.
One night they really had a fucking kitchen sink. No shit.
Yeah, no shit, man. I've seen it all.
And speaking of gimmicks, and you were there, Alki. I don't know if you were there yet or not, Hellraiser. And we talked about it last time. We have a fucking toilet.
Oh yeah, I was in the ring with that, man.
Fucking ring. Now,
No, I missed that, and I hate that I missed that shit, man.
That was the funniest shit ever, buddy. I'm not lying.
But I want to tell that story. I don't know how much time we got, man. I know you said we got all night, but I want to tell the story real fast. Talking about the guys from then until the guys today, even if they've seen what fucking KW was doing, 1,500 people in there today, there's still guys that will tell you now, I'm not fucking doing that.
Oh hell yeah! Nobody said that, man. Nobody said that.
When Terry Golden and Motley and them approached me, Izzy, whoever, the whole committee come to us and said, "Hey, man, that was the opening fucking act of the fucking of the kickoff." We were
Oh hell yeah! It was freaking awesome.
And so, you know, I mean, it took a minute for me to grasp it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, dude, they're fucking convinced to kill us. But in the long run, by being, and what I'm going with is being open and flexible for my whole career, kept me a job. And the guys today, they don't give a fuck about all that.
I agree with you, man. And that's why I don't watch shit no more, man. It's just no fun to me at all. I watch old stuff now. I will go back on YouTube and watch when I travel. I like to watch TV when I travel. So
right.
But I will watch some of the old matches and some of the old Memphis wrestling and some of the KEW that I can find.
Right.
And so you're right. They just don't do it like that anymore, man. I've been to locker rooms, these mom and pop shows, and it's all about just one dude, or he's got to be the man, or he wouldn't put you over to save his life,
Right.
That's bullshit, man. It's bullshit to me.
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. I felt like we had men in our locker room, not kids, man. I mean, really, you walk in these locker rooms now, these kids are, even though they're of age, man, they just don't look like fucking wrestlers, a lot of them. I'll just be honest with you. They don't look like somebody that you'd be scared of.
And they're so disrespectful, too. And I'm not going to mention a promotion. I stopped in here. I was playing in a tournament in a little town not long ago, and they had a show going on. And I knew a couple people on it, and I stopped in there. And when I walked in the back, which I was invited, I shook every one of these motherfuckers' hands, just like I was taught to do.
Right.
And these motherfuckers act like I was crazy. What you shaking my hand? Why? Because that's the respect I'm showing you, motherfucker.
Right.
I mean, come on. It's crazy to me. And go ahead. I know we're trying to wrap up, but I got to tell another story real quick about a guy. It's all about trying to get the people back to me. Okay. So you get a good crowd out there. I was working with Tony Watts, and they had a church down in South Haven, Mississippi, and we had a hell of a crowd. It was one of the first shows that son of a bitch ran. They had a guy booking. All right, the show was boring as fuck, and I could see it out at the end. I went to the back. I was doing some announcing, and I started sending everybody to the ring. All right, I sent everybody to the fucking ring, and they had a brawl for 15, 20 minutes, and it was good. And the people were getting into it. And this guy that was booking got all pissed at me for doing that. I said, dude, it's all about bringing these fuckers back, man. And you were doing nothing to get them back. I don't give a shit if I piss them off. You know that? But I mean, that's what I see nowadays. They don't do shit to try to get people back.
Bruh. Well, let me say this real fast. And our show is not about truly getting heat this time. But Hellraiser, you were there tonight in Osceola. Does Ripley Prim know how to get fucking heat? Remember the night fucking Mike Grimes sitting outside with the fucking gun and fucking and motherfucking like here, Larry Latham come to me and he said, Ripley, he said, you're gonna get in the back of fucking Sam's truck. Somebody's gonna drive your fucking car out of town.
Yes. Yeah, you
I
ain't
love
never
it,
had no
man.
problem getting heat. I don't think guys, I don't know if they're scared to get real heat. I don't know if I think it would be more of they're scared of getting canceled almost with the cancel culture. If you say nowadays, if you happen to say the wrong shit, these motherfuckers
You
cancel
get kicked off, man.
But that's only if you give a fuck.
Acting like big ass babies.
But that's only if you give a fuck. I'm like,
no, I don't care.
You can't cancel my ass because I don't give a fuck.
That's right.
Alki, I'll unplug this motherfucker right now. It'll go fucking black, man. We'll just disappear off this bitch.
Who cares, man? Right?
I don't give a fuck, man. Look, guys, it's been an awesome fucking show.
I love it.
I'm psyched up for Thursday night, dude. I appreciate all y'all. PKAW crew guys, y'all know. Y'all been here. We've done 3 of these, and I'm assuming we're going to do more of them. After this, Alki, man, it's been a long fucking time, dude.
Buddy, anytime you need me, you just holler at me, man. I love talking about the old days of KAW, you know, and we didn't even touch on the MCW or any of the other stuff, but, man, anytime you need me, just holler at me, my friend.
That's tomorrow night, right? That's tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, Golden and Jet's back, and we're going to talk all Memphis Championship Wrestling. Here's the deal. They don't know it yet, but they will if they're watching. Tomorrow when I get to talk to them, I'm going to see if maybe they want to come back maybe another month from now, and we add a couple of guys to the conversation. I want to get through this MCW show and get through with all that. We went through KAW last time. We're going to go through Memphis Championship Wrestling this time, and if they're up for it, then I want to bring them back a month from now and add a couple of guys to the show, and maybe we could make this a monthly thing for a while, and just them shows will just be getting together, talking bullshit, KAW, wrestling in general. But
well, I'm good at talking bullshit, so anytime you need a bullshit talker, let me know.
I got you, dude. Yeah, that's all up to them, man. If they're up for it, I'm game. Guys, awesome show once again. All you guys, I appreciate every one of you. Alki, brother, I'm going to pull you out first, man. I'll see you Thursday night, my
Much love, my boys. Much love.
Love you too, brother.
We'll see you, Rob.
All right, guys. We did it. We pulled 3 of these. We did 3 of these motherfuckers.
Yes, sir. I think that's man, dude. That's a hell of a show right there, bro. Put it together, put the package on it. Everybody going, I mean, that should get some good views, I believe. I mean, I know this is the end of it, man, but what a wild 3 shows it's been. And guys, I can't tell you how. I mean, I feel like the fan in the main event. I'm about out of energy, but god damn, I'm fucking ready for fucking Thursday night to slide right Rodeo Arena.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a blast, man. It's gonna be good to see everybody in person. Hell, me and you ain't been face to face in 20 fucking years, so you know it's been at least 2002, I think.
Yeah, it's been a good minute, man.
So no, it's gonna be good, man. Look, guys, I appreciate y'all. Look, these 3 shows have been some of my most fun shows I've done. I ain't really had to do no work with them. They just been easy and fun. It's kind of flowed, and we get through with Thursday night, get another date set, and we'll move right on, and we'll do the same shit again with new people and more motherfuckers and better shit,
right.
man.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Guys,
yes,
thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much,
brother.
Y'all take it easy. I'll see you guys Thursday.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. There it was, the final stop before this Thursday night's KAW Reunion Tour Show presented by the PKAW Entertainment. You do not want to miss it. Doors open at 7, bell time's 8 o'clock. Be there. Pure kick-ass wrestling. All right, guys, I got a couple of things that I need to promote. Y'all know I do. It's the end of the show. So let's get this done and let's get the hell out of here. All right, guys, first, coming up Sunday, November 5th, we're back, Wrestling with Weed. And you seen High earlier tonight on the podcast, Izzy High. Dude, let me tell you guys something. He's a lifelong advocate of marijuana, but he's also not just a wrestler. He is a comedian. He's a musician. He's an all-around artist, man. We've got some cool stuff, man. He's got almost this 13-minute public service announcement video almost that we're going to check out. Real cool stuff, real deep stuff. We're going to be smoking. We're going to be talking. We're going to be telling stories. All you guys join us, man. All you stoners out there, Sunday night, November 5th, 7 p.m., Wrestling with Weed, the podcast. Big Buster and Izzy I, we're going to smoke out. Y'all come smoke with us. All right, guys, tomorrow night, this is a doubleheader week once again, but tomorrow night's the show I've been waiting on. They're back. Terry Golden, David Jett, Memphis Championship Wrestling. You see it right there, parental advisory sticker and no fucks given, 0 fucks given. This right here, we're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about Jerry Lawler. We're going to talk about the WWF developmental deal. We're going to talk about the talent the WWF sent down here. We're going to talk about Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Kelly. There's no telling what else we're going to talk about, and y'all know tomorrow night's the night. We're going to find out what David Jett and Terry Golden really think about the King Jerry Lawler. It's a don't miss show. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, October 25th at 7 p.m. Join me. Do not miss it. Guys, I thank everybody for joining in. It's an awesome night. I appreciate every one of the guests for joining me and giving me their time. Till tomorrow night, you guys take it easy.